Welcome back. So another at-home jiu-jitsu lesson. Grab your loved one who's going to serve as your grappling dummy today. Since we are training with our loved ones who may or may not have an enthusiasm for jiu-jitsu, I'm trying to think of stuff that could make it a little bit fun for them as well, so they're not going to be getting crushed from your devastating pressure and submission holds and stuff. We're going to work a little bit more on defense today, where your training partner is going to get to be on top, right? So real fundamental stuff, but very important that you understand the details of how not to get hit when we're in the position. I'm going to adjust the camera real quick, okay? Y'all hang tight. I'm going to turn it on just a little bit. Boom. Okay. So we're in the mount position. How are we on camera angle here? All right, cool. So I'm in a bad spot. I got here because he's either way better than me, I'm tired, I made a mistake, something went really bad. You want to prevent this position from happening at all costs. But if you do get here, you for sure are going to get hit. So you just want to minimize the damage that you take to your head so that you can survive the position. What is the main advantage of the mount? He can hit me, I don't have the reach in my arms to hit him back. So what I need to do is take away this space that he has. If I only cover my face, it gets to be very difficult because my arms get in a worse position where I can no longer use my hips to turn to the side. Notice here when he's high to my armpits, come up high, I can't like move him. See, I'm lifting my hips as high as possible and he's not budging. So it's going to be very instinctive to want to cover your face, but it's also going to make it worse for you to try to get away. So what I would say focus on first is to get your elbows in front of his legs so that he's wedged on your hips. Okay, he's gonna start trying to wail on me. I'm gonna take my knee, I'm gonna put it in his back. Let's look at what I just did there. I take one knee and I find his spine. Don't hit yet. One knee is gonna go right in his spine and the other leg is driving to the floor. So I'm lifting him this direction with this leg and I'm driving into the ground and I'm keeping him wedged on my hip. So 1, 2, 3, punch me. It forces his hands to the mat. So he might get a hit off, but he's gonna have to eventually put his hands down or else he's gonna bang his head on the ground. So a good drill, like once you do it slow, okay, nice and slow. All right, then you're gonna have a little race. You're gonna count down, okay, 3, 2, 1, and when we say go, training partner, don't knock your friend's teeth out, okay? If you're the loved one, the best that you can do is give them a fresh slap to the face, okay? Fresh slap to the face. Don't ball up your digits and knock all their teeth out, okay? We're having fun here, remember. So 3, 2, 1, try to give me a fresh one. 3, 2, 1, oh, and I make his hands go to the floor, okay? So once we get in that position where the hand's posted, okay, he's just gonna get right back up and hit me again, right? So I need to keep him here. So once I make his hands post, I'm gonna cup his shoulders, all right? And I'm gonna hang my weight off. So notice like I'm not using my arms only just to pull here. I'm actually hanging off of him. So what he's feeling right now is all of my weight is being driven through his palms. So it's very hard for him to get back to position. It's like it's being dragged down. I can make that better also by slightly lifting my hip up off of the floor, and so I'm driving my feet into the ground while I'm keeping my head up. So try to get back up. It's very heavy. Notice like as he does, like I stay real connected to him. So my little rule is like if he can see my face, he'll probably be able to hit my face, right? So from here, he can see my face, but from this position, my face is kind of hidden. He might get little bitty shots in where he can touch my head, but nothing compared to where he was just a second ago. Now, the problem is, like I need to progress to a better position. I can't stay there forever. All I'm doing is buying myself time. So once his hand's post to the floor, I hide my face. Notice when I say hide my face, there's no mid-range here. Like I'm literally putting my face like right in the chest here. And from here, I need to slide my head up right next to his head. I can go either side that I like. I normally try to go this way, that's just my preference. So I'm gonna slide my head up right next to his head. Notice here it's buried in his chest. So I'm kind of slithering all at the same time, like keeping my weight here, okay? Now, whatever side that my head is on, I need to try to wrap his arm by letting go and going over the top. And I want to grip something, a shirt, his pants, belt, whatever, and I want to collapse my elbow. Okay, see how his shoulders start to tilt? Now I trap the foot on the same side. I'm gonna use this finger to point where I want him to fall. Boom, using my hip. And we roll him over, okay? So it's a very basic idea, a very important idea on how not to get clobbered and to keep all your pretty teeth inside of all your pretty face. So remember, you're on top, the best you get to do is give him a fresh slap, okay? Don't hurt your friend. 3, 2, 1, hide my face, bury my face, and I'm hanging the weight, all right? If I screw this up and he goes back to strike again, you gotta do it again, okay? But eventually, I wanna slide my head up to one side, I wanna overhook the arm, grip something and collapse the elbow. Trap the foot on the same side. I don't know if you guys can see the foot position here. Not in the middle. Trap the foot. I'm gonna use my opposite hand here to kind of direct him. See how his shoulders are tilting? Once this shoulder's glued to the floor, he can't come back on top. He's to the point of no return. And I get on top. All right. Let's look at one more position. Let's look at, we're on bottom and we're in the closed guard, okay? How are we on camera angle? Slide this way a bit. Okay. So, in reality, like, you really, when strikes are involved, you really only want to be really close or really far when we're playing in the guard. So a lot of the sporty techniques that we do, where we're kind of like in these mid-ranges, it's very dangerous when there's no gi and there's striking that can take place. So your safest position by far is going to be a closed guard, close range here, where I've got one hand over the head and some type of an overhook with this arm, okay? I can just cover or I could wrap completely. The second thing that I need to do, here I've neutralized the space quite a bit, okay? But my body is still quite vulnerable. He can just sit here, punch me in the ribs. So what I want to do is I want to angle my hip out towards the overhook arm, and I want to connect my knee and elbow on this side and keep my head up, and then relock my feet. So now, if you notice, if we turn to the side, there's a little barrier here. So as he's trying to hit me, he's really just running into this shield that I've created. If I keep my head relaxed on the ground, he can punch my face. So I want to keep his head pulled down and my head up higher than his head. He might be able to touch my head or scratch me or pull my hair. Yeah, right. Pull my hair, something like that. But the clean punches here are not possible. So what I'll do is just kind of cover and use my legs wrapped around his hips to pull forward. And as you're pulling the person forward, don't let that head slam you straight in the face. You want to move your head, turn to the side. You want to move your head offline as you're pulling the person in and controlling that head. Okay? So here we go. And then just try to have the person slap you around. Once again, if you're the person on top, you're allowed to slap, but you're not allowed to knock your partner's teeth out or cut them or give them black eyes. Okay? Be friendly. All right. Problem here that you're going to run into is the person will swim their arm inside here, right? So see how he's kind of pulling that arm off of my grip that I have? So now he's creating that range. So he'll normally win this battle if he gets his arm to the inside. He'll start to beat my position. So I want to switch to the other side when I start to feel that happening. He gets the arm to the inside. I'm going to hug his arm, move my head, and then I swim my hand under, and then I get a hip out. And then we're in the same game on the other side. So now he breaks the grip here off of his neck. See, he's putting his hand on my bicep and peeling the head. I'm going to switch my grip, swim. I don't know if you guys saw, but when I'm trying to move his head from one side, instead of hugging the neck, I go underneath the far side armpit. And that allows me to really move the guy. Staying in this position. He gets this off. Grip, I'm under the armpit. And don't stop until you're on your side here. You see the drill? If the person gets both hands on the biceps, now he starts to win this this position a little bit. He could actually beat me up more from here than I could him, because he's got inside control of both of the arms, right? So from this closed position, let's say he gets one hand in, he gets the other hand in. All right, so from here, I'm gonna keep his head buried to my chest, but I'm gonna start walking back with my feet. All right, so I'm kind of opening my guard. I'm gonna put both feet on the hips and squeeze my knees together so that there's wedges here behind the shoulder. What this does is it makes it to where he can't pull his arms backwards for power punches. He can still push forward. That's being kind of blocked by the feet on the hips, and the wedges here stop the big shots, okay? So we've got, this is my ideal position, okay? He gets one arm to the inside, other arm to the inside. Oh no, pull his head down, open your feet, and start crawling back. One foot on the hip, other foot on the hip, squeeze. All I'm trying to do here is stop big punches from raining down. Try to get big punches. To get big punches, slide back just a little bit. To get big punches, he needs to raise his head up, okay? So if he beats me with head position, now I swoop my hands to the inside and I go to praying mantis position, all right? So in this position, it's very difficult for him to get big punches. I want to keep my wrist connected to my knee. I want to flare out my legs and big hooks with my palms behind his triceps. A lot of times the person will drive forward to try to get over this knee. I just open my leg up and I'm right back into the first position, okay? So we're here, he gets an arm on my bicep. I do my switch. He gets both arms on my biceps, head to the chest, open my legs up, feet on the hips and squeeze. Block the big punches. He beats the head position here, push my hips away, swoop the arms to the inside, and I've got that praying mantis position. Block the big punches. He drives forward to be aggressive, move your head offline. Boom. All right? So, very simple, basic lesson in our program, but hopefully that's something that you guys can drill at home together. Thank you.